Hey everybody, Forever Retro 82 here. Hope you're staying safe and being well today. So I told you guys I'd be playing 1980X. Sometimes the controller still lags on me, and other times it doesn't, so we'll just try to power through as much as I can. This game's a little more than an hour long, so this is going to be a long one this time. Anyways, the reason why I chose this is because this game encapsulizes kind of like the dark feeling of the 80s. It's not all sunshine and rainbows, it can actually be very depressing. But this game has some great cutscenes and great graphics for what they were doing with it. But I will tell you, unfortunately, that the game is unfinished. There's supposed to be a part 2, but no one knows if there'll ever be a part 2. It is a Kickstarter backed game after all. And I just want to say that if they don't ever intend to finish this game, or finish this, I guess, series, giving it's supposed to have a sequel, then hopefully they will disappear into nothingness and no one will ever support whatever fucking shit they make again, because that's crap. Anyways, but for what we have here is good. Like I said, the cutscenes, you can't skip them, but I wouldn't want to anyways. I want you guys to enjoy those as I play through this title. So, I mean, like I said, sit back, grab a beer, grab yourself, I don't know, food or whatever, and just sit back and relax. And I don't know how long it'll take. Like I said, you can't skip the cutscenes. I don't want to. There's a couple games on this compilation that I struggle on. Hopefully, it won't. Hopefully, I won't have that problem. But anyways, hopefully you can now dive into the lovely world of 198X. This game is very dark in terms of story and a lot of the stuff that you'll experience. You may experience some feels, especially if you were raised around the time that this game is basically based on. To me, this is more 80s than Vice City was. Vice City, the only reason why it was considered 80s is because it had neon looks in the music. The game did not feel like 80s to me at all. So, that's just my opinion. Anyhow, let's go ahead and get this one started, huh? "1980X." Almost sounds like a fucking Mega Man title or storyline, because Mega Man was like that too in 2000XX or whatever. Why? Okay, these are all the games that we're gonna go through, and we're gonna start at the top. The first one's Beating Heart, which is a beat 'em up, and like I said, all the graphics in these games are very nicely done. So we're just gonna pick the beginning and play through the game and see the story and everything else. This first part does not make any sense to me, but maybe someone out there can see the game for itself and be like, okay, well, this is what's happening here, and I'll be like, oh, okay, cool. If you can do that, if you want to do that, that'd be great. I appreciate it. We have our pro tag standing there all pissed off, clenching his fists, getting ready to fight. I mean, I'm supposing. Anyways, here's our first game, Beating Heart. An interesting thing. If you leave the screen and you don't press any buttons, it'll keep doing that. It's kind of annoying if you ask me. Alright, here's our first foray into this here game. Now, the whole game's not a beat 'em up, it's just this part, so. So you can beat up people like Candy and this dude with the mohawk. I prefer flat mohawks over the spiky ones. Why does this music sound like Cobra Kai? There's a couple parts that have a music similar to this. Sleaze. Hey, Sleaze, want to spend a night with me? I want to see just how sleazy you are. I've never seen a black dude with a mohawk. I don't think he's a black dude, though. But if Sleaze wants to give it up, here, I got a few bucks I just found in this fucking here, telephone booth. Yep, so we're beating up hookers and punk rockers. I mean, there's people out there that can't stand punk rockers, so there you go. I get along with them just fine. I'm not really a fan of punk rock, per se, but I don't mind the look. The look's pretty nice. I don't like it when the girls shave their heads, though. But now we got a baseball bat so we can hit some home runs. It's out of here! Or is it? We don't know. This music is based. I like this tune a lot. Yeah, I know you're fighting the same two enemies over and over again, but that changes up a little bit. I mean, these aren't full games either. You just play portions of them. But, I mean, the game, it looks great. I mean, it's got lots of color, good lighting, and detail. So you can tell the developers really gave a shit when they made this. Yeah, fucking coked out John Cena there, who's looking stupidly huge. It's John Cena! Back in his prime, anyways. Now he looks old and shit, just like we all become. Welcome to life, dickhead, where we get old and you look like nothing but shit. Hey, Candy, you got some candy for me? You know, I got some candy, too. You know, because we were told as kids, windowless vans had the best candy. It's legit. Could you fucking die already? Thank you very much. Man, I got a stack of cash, man. Let's go see some hookers. And I'll drink this Coke that's this lovely placed conveniently in the fucking thing. It probably tastes like shit. It's probably old. I mean, I don't know if you guys ever had, like, old Coke, but it's gross. Candy's not happy. I'm beating her ass. Bubba. You know, people in the South call their brothers Bubba. Or sometimes, like, a friend that's big. Like, hey, it's Bubba. You know, I don't know why that is. See, I mean, I lived up north most of my life. I lived in Michigan. We never heard that. Yeah, if you die, you gotta use a continue, but, you know, I don't think you run out of continues. So, you know, it's all good. Get the fuck off me, bitch. Yeah, it's a shame you don't have, like, any special moves or anything. Like you do in, like, you know, Grandapa or something like that. Fuck! Get off me. Nah. One has a bat and one uppercuts me to fucking oblivion. That's nice. I just want to take this guy out, because he's the most unfair. Seriously, he does the uppercut and his reach is, like, stupidly large. It's like, dude, come on. Go fuck yourself. Piece of shit. Die! Fuck! I just got ran over by a goddamn Kawasaki Ninja! Actually, those are for some dope bikes. Back in the day, my friend Donald and I, we were in Alpena, Michigan, and his grandma's boyfriend had a Kawasaki Ninja. She also had a Banshee ATV, and that thing was pretty dope, too. I never understood this. I mean, the screen scrolls up. You can still control it until you're off screen. I mean, I guess that dude up there jumps down and beats your ass. I guess that's what's happening. I don't necessarily know. But yeah, look at the presentation. It's beautiful. I mean, that whole parallax scrolling they got going on there is very well done. I mean, look, you wouldn't think there would be something beautiful to look at after you just got done beating ass. I heard their website's gone, so that's kind of disappointing if this is all we're gonna see. But yeah, our boy here is just sitting there with a fucking tether on, so I guess he's the troublemaker. I mean, that's what it looks like to me, as a tether.
There I was, up in my room, just like every other night, counting taillights on the highway. Soon the cars below would reach the city. But me, I'd still be here, stuck in sleepy suburbia. or so I thought. But sometimes extraordinary things will happen if you just let them.
Yeah, I'm not going to talk during the cutscenes, so I can let you guys hear what's going on. Also, let the subtitles on so you can read what's going on, just in case I don't have the volume on good enough. Yeah, these are this part. All this is unskippable though, but you get to see who made the game, so it kind of starts off like a movie a little bit. And with the music production, you're going to notice a name that's going to make you smile if you're like me. There he is, the third man down. The man, the legend, Yuzo Koshiro. He did the third, I believe, the third stage of the game, or the third game in the. I don't want to be redundant. The third game in this compilation. That's your voice. I think that's probably a chick. Why is a chick voicing a dude? Because of woke culture? Fuck off. Go away. It's a boy. You might as well made the fucking child a chick then. Fuck off. Unless you're a fuck. If you've named your child Maya and it's a dude, you should be ashamed of yourself. Now we get the happy part of this particular title. 80s style music, beautiful neighborhood. See, this is the shit I'm familiar with.
To suburbia, just outside the city, sometime in 1980X.
Okay, Mega Man.
What you see around here used to be all that I cared for.
Yep.
Because it was all that I knew.
That's how I feel about Warren, Michigan.
It was here that I'd met my first friends, rode my first bike, found my first love, and found out that nothing lasts forever. This is the place I grew up in and grew out of. A place I loved and hated.
That's how I felt about Warren. Love it and hate it.
I remember walking around these blocks for hours, just waiting for something to happen. I knew I needed to move forward, but every day felt like I was on a road to nowhere. The same office buildings and cheap restaurants, the grocery store, the laundromat, and the video rental place, where Dad used to take me on the weekends. He'd be looking for classics, while I was more into superheroes.
R.I.P. video stores. I miss them.
Man, we could go on forever. But then, we didn't go there anymore. It was no big deal.
Just chilling around.
These days, I guess I was just looking for anything that could make my heart skip a beat again.
I mean, he's too young to feel this way, but I guess.
And that was when I found it.
But I guess you could feel that way at any age. He's just walking around with his Walkman. Good times. That was a good product back in the day, for sure. I mean, just look at this presentation, man. It's absolutely gorgeous. I mean, it's very eye-catching and appealing to me. Some may call it too simple. I don't. I think it's beautiful.
The factory was built long before I was born, but had been shut down and abandoned for as long as I could remember. Mom used to tell me to stay away from there, but there was something down that pitch-black alley that caught my eye. It took all the guts I had to go down the stairs. The basement air was thick with cigarette smoke and 10,000 volts of energy. And in the midst of this electric haze stood an army of high-tech creatures, their huge crystal-clear screens flashing before my eyes. I'd seen video games before. Dad even brought home one black and white model when I was really young.
Pong consoles suck!
But this was something else. Something you could not take home with you.
Now you can.
And this place was definitely no hangout for children. In front of these machines stood some of the coolest uncool people I had ever seen.
Nah, we're cool.
They were the freaks, the geeks, the misfits, the outcasts, the real rebels. Part of something the outside world could not understand or even knew existed. These guys were all playing trance-like, totally absorbed, as if they experienced something from another dimension.
It's a better time, and our
Maybe
boy
I could be one of them.
and our boy decides to play our second game. It's a shooter. It's well made. Like I said, these aren't full games; they're just little games. Like I said, they play part in the story in some way or another. But the graphics and the presentation and the music and everything is just awesome. I would call this particular game R-Type, because the ship looks just like the R-Type ship to me. I don't think they were... I mean, come on. Does that just not scream R-Type? I don't know what will if that doesn't. So you charge your shot and you can shoot, and it's R-Type. You just don't get a force pod. That's it. But that would be nice to get a force pod. I mean, that's one of the things I loved about R-Type, is when you had a force pod, you got to block shots with it. It was great, but you don't have that here. But that's all right for what you get. It's serviceable enough, wouldn't you say? I would. Because, you know, R-Type, the first one anyways, was an arcade title. And I think Leo was, too. Yeah, Leo was, actually. I believe that was arcade exclusive. I don't think that's ever been released on anything else. I'll have to look into that. I don't think it was on R-Types. Anyhow. So yeah, this is our second game. I mean, just listen to this jam, man. It's just, the music is so good. See, the thing about video game music, it has a certain sound to it that keeps me in love with it, you know? It's like I don't know if it's just the melodies or just the toe tappiness. If it's made right, it's like something that will stick with me far more than anything you hear on the radio by some artists. I mean, this is just what I think. I mean, you may think differently, and that's cool. I mean, I used to be called, like, what this game was referred to, a freak and a geek and whatever, because I liked video game music. I was viewed as that, and I still might. But the thing is these days, instead of being ashamed of it, because I knew that's not what that's what everyone was seeing me as, I learned to embrace it. This is who I am. And why should I change that for somebody that I don't even like, or don't even know personally? Yeah, this guy means business. Holy shit. Fuck off! And give me that, please. Thank you. Now we go to the second part of this. That beginning part right here reminds me of R-Type 3. I mean, cue the music. Bah, bah, bah. Oh, sorry. No, we're not playing R-Type. We are playing Out of the Void. Man, if this was like a full-fledged game, like full, like 8 levels, 7 levels, whatever, I would buy it. That's what the developers should do. If they're not going to make a sequel, then take the games you made and make them into full-scale experiences. Give us something. But they won't. That's why I never support anything off Kickstarter. They either half-ass it or they scam your ass. One of the two. I'm sorry, I'm not a fan. I don't like, you know, I can't say the same for everybody, but I don't like to be scammed out of the money that I put into something that I want to see. Yes, and I'm familiar with Slope's Game Room's Kick Scammer project videos. I know of it. I still think one of the biggest scams we've had was Intellivision Amico. Fuck, get off me! Fuck! Because, you know, Tommy Tellerico's going, yeah, it's going to be a great, you know, the biggest, best-selling system was the Wii and all this and blah, blah, blah. We're going to have, like, all this shit, and then people were excited for it. I was excited for it, because it sounded like, okay, maybe we'll get, like, a new kind of Wii. But at the same fucking time, you know, I didn't have friends to play with, you know? I mean, even when I owned my... I mean, I still own my Wii, but if, like, even when I bought it when it first came out, it was pretty much, you know, pointless. I didn't have friends to play with. Except for the rare times when we played Wii Bowling after the fucking Boston Market Christmas party, drinking vodka and rum. Oh, we were drunk as fuck that night. And I had to go to work in like 3 hours. I loved all that blood, though. That was glorious. And unfortunately, that's the end of the first part. Like, I mean, come on. You guys would probably like to play more of this shooter title, given what you just saw. I know I would have. It would have been awesome. But now we hear a school bell. Back to reality we go.
It wouldn't be fair to say I didn't do my best in school. At least for a while, I really tried to make it work.
Relatable.
But now, walking those hallways with all those people...
Meaningless.
I wasn't really there.
Exactly.
I was on an asteroid somewhere, fighting space invaders.
Wrong!
But then there was her.
My type of chick right there. Big leather boots, leather pants.
This punk rocker from the Southern District. She was the wildest thing I've
But
ever
she's
seen.
probably underage, and I don't play that game.
Oh man, that girl was born a rebel.
But even like some cougars that have that
She
getup
would
is
go
hot.
wherever she wanted to.
That looks like a fucking 1988 Thunderbird, I would like to say.
Free in a way I could still only dream of.
Yeah, well, you're that incel kid that won't open your fucking mouth and let the girl know you have the hots for her. Anyways, we are into our third game. I would say this is like Outrun, but I would say it's more like mixed between Top Gear and Rad Racer. And of course, it's got jammable music, of course. I love the scrolling here. It kind of reminds me of the, I want to say the Sega 16 scroll board or whatever. The one with you know, they make great games like Outrun, Space Harrier, and Afterburner. Speaking of, this music kind of sounds like Afterburner a little bit. The melody. You know that one, what is it, the final stage? Where there's two different versions, there's one with the melody and one without. No, never mind. I'm trying to talk about something that I think I'm knowledgeable in, and then at the end of the day, I'm not. Yeah, I love the scrolling and the colors. Break, bitch! Fucker. Of course. And your goal is simple. Just hit the checkpoints and avoid traffic. That's all you really gotta do. It's pretty simple, but... Yeah, the last part of this particular game, quote-unquote... God fucking damn... Get out of the fucking road, you piece of shit! See, that's how people drive down here. It's like every time I drive, some cocksucker will go 25 and a 45. It's like, dude, step on the gas pedal, or you're going to make me the most unhappiest son of a bitch alive. But it happens, and it happens too often, and I hate it. To be honest. Now, these little rocks that you see in the side, that's definitely something from Outrun. That's how it was in the arcade. Or if you want to play the choppy-ass Sega Master System port. At least it was playable. There were some games that, you know, were super, like, powerful and scrolling in the arcade that did not translate well to the Sega Master System. Galaxy Force, anybody? Holy hell, did that play and look like shit on the fucking Sega Master System. Space Harrier as well. I wonder if this game has a built-in MP3 player because the music's fading out. It's quiet. Or it's getting quiet. All we're hearing is engine sounds. Yeah, I can see the visual glitches in the... but that doesn't bother me. It's better than Origami Station with its fucking shit. That doesn't happen like that. You don't get a lot of time far-fetched bullshit nonsense. Anyways. I like this part. This is nice. You hear this nice calming song. City in the background. Ground is blue. It kind of can put me in a trance-like state if I let it. But I can't because I'm doing a Let's Play. But you can. Just sit back and enjoy the ride, guys.
I started hanging out in the arcade almost every night. Standing there beside the other players, watching every move their fingers made. This was the real thing. Another life was just one credit away.
Damn right.
Down here, I found new worlds and new meaning. I could be whoever I wanted to be. Travel to outer space, experience fantasy and fear, or just take a walk on the wild side of town.
Escapism is a beautiful thing. People say it's dangerous. It's not. It helps us cope with the bullshit of life.
Nothing could beat the rush of the highway. The speeding cars reminding me that there was a way out. A road to somewhere.
Get,
City on the horizon.
get your license, fam.
I'd drive all night to get to that place.
That guitar, man. It's like sex to my ears. And the synth, oh my god. I got a boner the size of fucking San Andreas right now. It's so beautiful. I mean, just listen to that screaming guitar. It's just... oh... Of course, we can't forget the synth either. I mean, that's just a encapsulation of this era.
It wasn't just about the escape. It was about transformation. For every visit I made, every game I uncovered, every move I mastered, I felt stronger, more confident. Some guys said I was nothing but a dreamer, completely out of touch with reality. But I don't know. Down here, I was free. I was in control. No one told me where to go or what to do.
Amen.
The only bad part about it was having to come back up to the real world.
Now, I know I ran out of time, but that's okay. You're supposed to. When you get to the bridge, you get time up. Because it's supposed to... basically encapitalize what he just said about going to the real world. Like, the game's over. Now I have to go back to the real world. This next part, I have to say, is some of the most depressing shit I think I've ever encountered in a video game. A lot of the shit that is said here, and just the whole atmosphere of it, hits me in the feels. It's relatable to hell. I mean, I'll let it play out. It's depressing though. So if you easily cry, get a box of tissues. Then you're also a pussy though. But this is pretty dark. That presentation, though. It's almost like an anime, if you think about it. Here we go.
Back when we were kids, life was so much easier.
Amen.
You could go from bug collector in the morning to bank robber before bedtime. Anything was possible. Then came high school, and everyone got brainwashed.
Bingo!
People started seeing you the way they wanted to see you. Be the brain, be the clown, be the troublemaker, be popular. People would define you in the most convenient way.
Based!
And then, that's who you are.
I mean, that whole statement, all those statements are just so fucking true. And it just, look how depressing this is, though. Just sitting on this tree.
That when you grow up, something inside you dies.
Life's magic. Truth.
I'm still not sure if that's good or bad.
It's bad.
When you're a child, shadows seem darker and lights seem brighter.
Yes!
Everything is more terrifying and more exciting at the same time.
Then you get numb. Yes! Based. Absolute Omega based right there. Now we play our next game. I hate how they just throw you into it. This is the, probably the longest game on here. It's kind of fun, though. Yuzo Koshiro did the music for this, by the way. So, let's enjoy his work. Here's some Ninja with Kasuni. I mean, you hear that FM synth. I mean, it's no surprise that Yuzo did this song. Or the songs from this particular game. This is the longest one, though. There's like 3 or 4 stages. Or 3 stages and a quote-unquote boss. So that's a little bit on the long side. And hopefully I won't die, but it's easy to die in this particular part. I'll try not to. But yeah, it's just so fucking weird. You go through this really depressive, really profound scene, and then they throw you into... They probably did that on purpose so you don't fucking cry or try to kill yourself. I'm serious. Yeah, if you charge up your gauge all the way, your sword slash is a lot more bigger, profound, and powerful. I wish you can grab those orbs and make your pee-pee like that, but unfortunately that doesn't happen that way. Now, this part right here is not too bad. It's the following parts that are a pain in the dick. One particular part I will point out, because the music, I'm sorry, Yuzo, is cringe. But, it is what it is, I guess, right? But this right here, though, I could jam this. I would love to see a full game of this, too. I mean, it's, you know, it's kind of like an automatic runner, but better. I think auto runners are shit. Like Subway Surfers, everyone's like, oh, it's so fun. No, it's gay. I played it like twice. That's all I needed. Because they don't end. If they ended, I would like them better. Alright, here's the second area. I mean, the music just gets so good, and then, unfortunately, in the next part, I can't say the same for it. You might like it, though. I don't. Because it's just, it's cringy, because it uses voice samples. And it literally sounds like a guy trying to take a shit, kind of. Yeah, if you run into those spikes, that's auto-death, as you probably could guess. I struggle on this sometimes. I'm going to try very hard not to struggle on this. Oh, that bitch is going full town on me. Die, you shrine maiden cunt! I'll be honest, there was actually like a shrine maiden that was a Kitsune. I would hit that shit. I wouldn't even think twice about it. Nope. Gotta jump up. Don't need to get fucking... We don't need to get impaled by a goddamn bamboo stick and shit. You know actually, this area reminds me of, any of you've ever played the first N64 Goemon game? You go to Yamato, and there's like a shit ton of bamboos. Now here's the cringy music. I fucking have. Nope, not yet. It's after this. Sorry. I forgot about this part. Free falling, slicing up ninjas. The ninja sliced in half is not a true ninja. Well, no shit, Sherlock. I mean, no, you would never ever slide down like this on a waterfall. Your ass would get like tore up by the rocks alone. It doesn't happen. Like gravity just plays a very important part here, but it's a video game. It's a video game on top of a video game. So basically, you know, logic is not here. I only got 2 hits before I'm dead. Fuck. Here it is. Ugh, I hate that. It's so cringe to me. The song's not bad, since I hate the voice samples. Background's beautiful, though. Water and mountains and torii gates and shit. Fuck yeah. It's so cringe. Oi, 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 oi. It's stupid. You guys ever play Tekken 5 and you get that one garage or something where people fight and they go, ooh, ooh, ooh. You know how cringe that was? That's what this gives me the vibes of. It's so fucking cringe to me. Yuzo, I love you, man, but why you gotta do this to me? Some people may love it, I don't, sorry. It's cringe. Fuck! Come on, I don't want to die. I mean, we'll have to do this part all over again. Ugh. This music makes me hate everything. Jump, jump. Alright. Whatever I do, don't jump. Fuck! Oh, no! You can slide underneath those. I forgot about that. You can. That's my bad. Well, hopefully I learned my lesson. And I have more health this time, so hopefully... Because you can't restore your health, obviously. Well, for those who like this music, I threw you a bone without even realizing. So gay. See, I can slide under them, too. I mean, Yuzo is known for putting voice samples in games like that. I mean, the first boss, or the bosses from Streets of Rage 1, Yeah, that all the time. So, I mean, I'm not, like I said, I'm not gonna hate on the guy for that. I just find it cringe, that's all. He probably had fun while writing the song. Because most musicians do enjoy their works. They don't just write music and be like, yeah, my music's shit. The only person I know to do something similar to that was Tim Follin. Because he said that, like, none of the, like, all the tunes he wrote for, like, the NES and shit, he did it for two reasons. One was he wanted to make it sound as great as possible. Secondly, none of it would sound like they belong in the games. Or something like that. That interview might still exist on YouTube. Okay, now I think it's the boss. Now, you don't fight the boss per se. You just have to like run him out. I mean, you'll see. It can be heart stomping. All I'm going to tell you is to just observe, and you'll get it. You don't necessarily attack him. But this can be a pain in the ass once in a while if you don't know what you're doing. There's no pits, so it's fine. See, as you can see, all I'm doing is dodging his shit. That's all you gotta do. I know it sounds like it's easy, but trust me, it's not. It gets harder. Especially this. There's two rounds to this. There's this, and then you get like a little bit of a break, but you gotta attack shit, and then you gotta do it again. And it's much faster. Just to give you a prelude of what we're gonna be dealing with. But thankfully, this isn't too hard. I've dealt with harder on this channel. I mean, I beat fucking Street Fighter 2010 for fuck's sake. Oh, God. Here we go. Oh, shit! Fuck. I'm probably gonna die. Fuck! Did we do it? I think we got it. I think we got it. I think we got it. Oh, one hit. One hit to spare. Fuck! Yeah, we got it. But you get swallowed up, though. There you go. I have been eaten by the beast! Oh, no! But that's it. I mean, that's it with that. I mean, it takes a while for the next part to kick in. Ah, here we go. And trust me, more depressive shit awaits.
I used to love the weekends.
Same.
Watching cartoons on early morning TV without a care in the world.
Fuck yeah. Good times.
The whole family together. Free to do whatever we wanted to.
We went thrift shopping.
Going for long rides in our car. Me falling asleep in the back seat. And getting carried to bed when we got home. But then this thing with Dad happened. And now, I wasn't sure our family would ever be able to put the pieces back together.
I want to say divorce. We don't know, unfortunately. Divorce or death.
Being home alone with Mom. Watching her too fall apart. I couldn't stand it. I had to go somewhere. Anywhere.
Feel ya.
I just had to get out.
Mm-hmm.
I used to fantasize about the city. Vaguely planning my escape, but never actually getting on the train. Instead, I kept hanging around at the video store, seeking comfort in made-up stories where I could pretend I was someone else.
Been there?
Mom would always tell me to quit dreaming and get back into the real world.
No, it sucks!
I couldn't care less.
Damn right. Fuck the world. Rambo said it best.
At the arcade, everything changed.
We are about to play the final game on this This one's the longest because it's an RPG and I gotta grind. Yay! It's gonna take a little bit of time, but it is what it is. I don't want to speak and spell say anything more to me because while I like the speak and spell, it's cringe. Yeah, you have some attacks. Every enemy is weak to some certain attack. For this fucking thing, it's slash, and you basically gotta wait for the shit to close in on him, and then you press the button, and then if the closer you have, the more the damage. Yeah, this particular thing will talk a gang of shit to you for a while until you finally show who's their bitch, you know what I mean? Ah, not you. This guy's weak against the beam. I'm about to die. You can heal once per battle, which is kind of shit, but whatever. Like I said, you gotta gain levels. You have to gain full level before you can finally progress. At least it makes it easier. Shit, I'm about to die. I'm gonna die. That's alright. That's gonna happen. It's... Oh, I will. Bitch. Yeah, like I said, you have to grind. It sucks, but it is the last game, so of course I have to make it last the longest, right? Fuck. Level 2, that's good. Basically, you gotta gain full level, and no, it's not 99, thank God. It's more like 7 or 8 or maybe 9, I don't know. One of those. You have these blob things, you have T-800s, and you have those little bastards that just killed me, so... You have... yeah, that blob was. I'm not, though, man. I'm base. What are you talking about? I mean, you can get to a dragon, but it'll kill you, like, instantly. There's the T-800s. They're weak against the hack. I mean, you could try attempting to fight a dragon at a weak level, but chances are you'll die. Yeah, they heal because, of course, they do. I'll go ahead and heal myself as well. And they fall apart and die. I like that Zelda 2 reference. This music is awfully soothing for something of this type of game. Another blob. There's blue ones, gold, or yellow, and red ones. The blue ones are the easiest, as you can probably tell. Okay, then what is it? Like, I'm not even trying to get to the dragons. Oh, fuck me. Not you. The fucking art on the enemies in the animation is really well done, though. I better heal. Alright. 1 or 2 more hits, he should be gone. There we go. Not necessarily. It's a maze and they suck. But this maze is pretty self-explanatory. I kind of miss my speak and spell. I had one as a kid, of course. And I put BUT and it'd be like, this says butt, and I'd laugh because I was stupid. I mean, I was only like, what, 4 or 5, I want to say? I don't think I could beat... I could try to fight the dragon. That's not that big of a deal. I'm trying to remember what this dragon is weak against, though. Each of them has a different weakness. I'll give it a try. Beam? No. Hack? Hack it is! You son of a bitch. Can I... Okay. Ha! Beat one at level 4. Awesome. And now I'm level 5. Awesome. Okay, that's good to know. So it is possible. It's just easier if you're a higher level. Oh, goddamn T-800s again. They just look like a group of faggots. They're like, no, you gotta wear rainbow colors and be woke. It's like, nope. Not gonna happen. You're all gonna get... So we can't call them T-800s. Let's call them, like, I don't know, T-500s. I don't know. That joke fell apart, I know. One hit kill, that is very satisfying. I don't have a room here. It's a fucking goddamn maze. Okay, I know the middle dragon's weak against Slash. Oh no, fuck off. I could probably survive off one more. Let's heal. It's pretty easy, right? Pretty self-explanatory. Boom! Well, no, because I'm about to kick this dragon's ass now. Or wait, is this one... Is this Flash or is it Beam? Let me try Beam. Beam's pretty up there. Okay. Okay, it's the last one, that's Slash. Just to be safe. Get off! Why was that weak? Bye, bitch! Alright, one more dragon. Oh, the red ones. Is it Hack? Nah, no, I think it might be Beam. Let's heal first, of course. Beam it is! No, I'm not doing shit, bitch. I'm killing me some slimes up in here. They're not as cute as the ones in Dragon Warrior. See, Dragon Warrior was not... Yes, now that part is true about me, yes. Why you gotta remind me of that? That makes me sad. Oh, goddamn T-500s. See, when they do that, they're trying to change my clothes into rainbowness. Not interested. Fuck off. Hell no. Because I wouldn't be a Toys R Us kid. What's the joy in that? Good, I was hoping I would run into somebody so I can heal. Alright, final dragon. Let's see if we got this. I think we do. Heal. Yeah, fuck off. We got all three. Kind of storm. This is some fucking Genesis Shadowrun type shit. Make me. That doesn't work here. I can see that. Now, as you can probably tell, you can't damage this boss. He basically takes away your abilities until you have nothing left, and then it doesn't make sense. Basically, you gotta listen to this thing say shit like this. I'm pretty sure the meaning behind it is deep, but I have no idea. Now I can't do anything. I want to say the last boss is basically the adults that are basically telling them what to do and how to think and feel. Like all the emotions that has been transpired up until this point. And that's pretty much it right there. It's inconclusive. It doesn't mean anything. From what I can gather from it, anyway. But I could be wrong. There could be something behind it. I mean, you think the game freezes because it takes so long to get to the next part.
What happened that night? I honestly couldn't say. I was still there, but nothing was the same.
I think the Kasuni Ninja guy looks pretty cool. Or with the one with the Kasuni mask. He looks kind of cool.
The game was not over. It was just beginning.
That's 1980X. It sucks that it may end at that cliffhanger, because, like I said, there hasn't been any kind of, to be continued, but we never see. It's like an anime that ends, and you'll never see how it concludes unless you read the manga, but there's no manga when it comes to this shit. Because it's a video game, so it's different. But that is 1980X. I would play the credits, but it's too long, especially with all the Kickstarter, because there's a lot of people that, basically, let me leave it there for now. But yeah, there's a lot of people that back this game. There's like a huge list at the end of the credits, and it really saddens me that they may never see a complete product. And this is what I'm talking about. It's half-assed, right? You make something and it's great. It's very well made. The presentation is out of this world awesome, and you just have a great time. I mean, it's cool. Like, the story, it really grips you. And then to be met with a cliffhanger like that. Because, like I said, it's been like 2 years since the developer said anything. I think the last time, from what I understand, one of the backers wrote on Steam on the discussions page for this game that the last one, I believe, was in October of 2023. Here we are in 2025, and there hasn't been an update or anything since then. In fact, they said that, too, that their website that they had is also gone. So what this kind of reminds me of is, in a way, there's one of many scenarios. There's usually, they used all the money for this, which I can't see that being a thing, but okay, I guess it can happen depending on what you use. There's that. They ran out of money and they couldn't make a secondary kickback. But what they could have done is they could have made another kickback, Kickstarter for the sequel if they needed more money. So I'm not saying, I'm probably saying that's probably not the possibility, but, sometimes it happens that way. Or you have two, they gave you something and then they fucked off with the rest of the money to do whatever the fuck they wanted. Which could be the case because that's what fucking developers like to do. Or third, they got far along and they just gave up and just said fuck this, and they basically ran off with your money. Sorry, that's just how it works, man. It's just people are just shitty these days. I mean, they made a very well made game that made you feel like you were in the '80s and had like the dark secrets or the dark turns that you could feel during that time frame, and you also had some of the good stuff. It's done in a way that just kind of it gives you some feels. It gives me feels. I mean, you could be different. You could be like, what are you feeling from this? Well, the thing is I guess it has you have to have been there, right? Now, granted, my love for arcades, I never went to like this dark, seedy old factory that had an arcade in the particular building. No, my first arcade experiences were a little lighter than that. There was, Chuck E. Cheese, but there was Chuck E. Cheese on the end of Engelman, where I used to live, and then it became a Little Caesars, and that's where my arcade beginnings started. And then there was another place called Major Magics on 15 and Gratiot that I used to go there to play arcade games too when I was a kid. That's where I first played the first Ninja Turtles arcade game. I also played games like 1943, Rastan, this Ghost House game where you actually had real objects inside of it and you had to shoot ghosts. It was made by Namco. I can't think of the name of it. And so much more. So the only time I could think of a dark place that was arcade was at this place called Macomb Mall. That was 13 in Gratiot, I want to say. I could be wrong on that. It's been a while since I've been there. I want to say that sounds about right. Uh, they had I mean, that's where I first seen my first movie too, The Black Cauldron by Disney. And the thing is I don't remember much of that movie until I watched it again. There was one part I do remember though. After I rewatched it, I saw there's a part where the pig kills himself or he falls in the volcano. I do remember that part. But that's it. But then they had an arcade like outside the cinema where it was dark, just like you would see here. It was dark and there was barely any lighting, and it was always packed with kids my age or a little older and playing it. That's where I first played Street Fighter 2. And the first place I played Street Fighter 1 was at Major Magics. They had the pound machine where you had to pound the buttons. They had the pressure sensitive button. Yeah, those things hurt your hand after a while. But yeah, they had the redesigned Street Fighter 1 cabinet there with the 6 buttons, so you didn't have to pound, and it was that was. I mean, that game is shit anyways. Some people love it for retrospective reasons, but I have no nostalgia for Street Fighter 1, even though I played it during back in the days of um, my beginnings as a gamer of arcade games, anyways. But yeah, Macomb Mall had the arcade experience that's similar to this game. I mean, you had you had like games like in the corner too, and it was just like it'd be you in that particular game. One game I can specifically remember was Crystal Castles, and I really enjoyed Crystal Castles. To this day, I still like the game. I like it on the 2600 too. It's a good port, and it's like in my mind, I can see that place. I mean, it's nothing like that now. I mean, Macomb Mall still exists, sure, but they don't have an arcade because arcades are long dead now. I mean, the only thing we have similar to arcades, well, there's that one in Chicago called Galloping Ghosts, and then you have the one here that's like, gosh, about almost 10 miles that way. No, it's actually over 10 miles now. I can't remember. Cactus Jack. Yeah, there we go. Cactus Jacks. Um, those are arcades, and they're doing pretty well. They have tournaments at Cactus Jacks. But I just go there just to play the retro games and stuff and have fun. They have Time Crisis. They have a couple main cabinets of old games, and yeah, it's a lot of fun still. You have to get yourself a little point card. I don't like that system. I prefer tokens or quarters, but that's just me. So arcades still exist, but it's not like it was back in the day, fellas. It's not. If you're lucky to find a place that has a few arcade games, if you want to support it, go ahead and throw some coins in that bitch. Of course, that's just giving the store owner money. Actually, they use those quarters. I know that for a fact because I had a laundromat near me on Engelman that's still there to this day. It's called Coin Laundry. It's next to a butcher shop, and I was friends with the guy for a little while. And I said, I'm like, so what do you do with the quarters? And he's like, oh, I just put it back in my business. Like I put them in the change machine or this and that. I'm like, oh, okay. So you're not really supporting the game company by putting in quarters in the thing. You're supporting the store owner, but that could be good too. because maybe it makes them think. If he gets a lot, it makes them think, maybe I should get some more arcade games or something. I don't know. Like I said, arcade games now you can actually have arcades in your home these days. Like there's Arcade One Up, or you can build your own using a Raspberry Pi. I mean, that's what my friend Steve did when he made his Chimera arcade cabinet. It's not a Pi though. He actually has a computer motherboard that boots into a OS that has all the shit that he loaded into it. I mean, the thing is a beast. It's a masterpiece, and I really love his arcade machine. I like to go over there and play it every time I go over there, of course. And he doesn't mind. He's always like, "Gonna play some Chimera." I said, "Yeah," and he has like this front panel too, where you can connect the controller to it, so you can play like NES games and stuff too. It's really cool. That thing is definitely a beast. Anyways, I'm just rambling on here, but yeah, I just want to say, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope this gave you some feels if you were around during this time frame. And if you weren't, it's okay. There's still ways to enjoy the '80s. I mean, just play the games from that era, listen to the music from that time frame, and just watch maybe some TV shows or commercials, and you can get a feel for it. It's not that hard to find, but maybe your life was shit in the '80s. But vast majority of the people I talked to were very happy in the '80s. I mean, in '90s too. They were both great eras. They're probably the world's last best great eras we will ever see. Because thanks to the rise of things like social media and cell phones, the world is now basically a very barren, shitty, awful, lonely place. And with that being said, I'm Forever Retro 82. I am signing off. You guys take good care of yourselves, and remember to keep gaming, keep loving each other, and keep it retro. And the next time we see each other, take care. Thank you for watching my video. If you liked what you saw and would like to support my channel, please consider being a patron. I'll put your name up with these fine folks who have donated to this channel, and that would be awesome to have you on board. If not, that's entirely up to you. I hope you have a good day and take care.